Hello and welcome back to Fairhead. Now I'm going to start off with apologising. There might be a bit of jump cutting. I have a terrible cold and a cough, and I'm sure you don't want to hear all that. But today we've fed the cows already. I've got another feed mix on the way. We need to really get some slurry spread in the two grass fields off to our left here. We're going to go and sell this milk to start with, nearly another 15,000 litres. And I don't know if you can see there in the distance, we've got two fields that are ready to harvest. So that is going to be today's job. So unfortunately we're going to have to sell straight off the field for them. And maybe in the second part of July, the other two canola fields, I'm very tempted to actually go and do whole crop silage on them. They'll bring in a little bit of extra money that way, I think anyway. So let's get this milk to the sell point first, and then we'll look at getting a combine harvester and maybe renting a slightly larger trailer as well for doing that job. So we'll be there in a second. I'll just skip there and I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so we're selling the milk. There is one field of, I think it was canola and barley, but I'm not 100%. That definitely need harvesting today. Let's have a look, see what combines we've got. Unfortunately for combines, I think I've really only got base game and a few older, small ones. I guess we could use a class dominator or something like that. Fairly. Then again, I use them quite regular. Maybe one of the class ones. Maybe something like this with a... What size header can it have? I would try the 6 metre. I don't know if it'll actually work, but who knows. Anyway, that milk sold, it got us, what, 20 grand. So I'm happy with that. So I think, yeah, I'll get this back to the farm, and then we'll certainly rent a combine and get them jobs done first, and then after that we'll finish by spreading the slurry that we have on our grass fields. What's that up there? Is that our cornfields growing through? No, it's not. We will go and check up on the cornfields a little bit later on as well. So yeah, I'll get this back to the farm, and then we will go and rent a combine. Okay, so we've set a worker off driving the class to the vehicle shop because we're going to need to pick up a trailer. What I'm actually thinking about is buying a trailer. Now, I was looking at this because when it comes to doing all the base silage, we're going to need quite a large bodied trailer. So, and also this one doesn't tip, I believe. This basically pushes the excuse me, it pushes the load out the back rather than tips it. So I think we'll definitely buy one of these. Let's have a look, see if there's anything else similar. Maybe not as, no, they're all just as expensive as each other really, aren't they? These rolling ones, really good, but they're all tip trailers rather than pushing trailers. A dually trailer. It's a shame that's not quite big enough for really what we need. Oh, let's see actually. 19 ton silo extension. That's actually pretty decent. Tell you what we'll do. We'll rent something a bit cheaper for now, and then we'll have a proper look at trailers after. So our trailer is this 12.1 thousand litres. So we need something bigger than that really, but not too big. I guess we could actually just buy this and then upgrade it to a silage trailer when we need to. That actually makes lots of sense. So we'll do that. So we'll get the 16 ton one. So the class can pull that back. So we need a harvester. All these base game ones are too expensive really, and probably too big. So we can go for an axial flow, or we can go for a dominator. See what size header that can have. Wouldn't have it that wide. Do I have any headers downloaded for it? Yes, I do. Wonder if we go for the 6 meter one, if this can actually use it. We don't need it with any of the fancy stuff, so we'll just lease that and lease a 6 meter with it. And we should probably get a header trailer as well for a 6 meter header. Yeah. That'll do it. There you go. Alright, so I'll go and pick that stuff up, get it set up, and I will meet you when we're on our way back to the field. Okay, so we're nearly up there with the harvester. As you can see, this canola field and the other one up there, they're not ready yet. But I'm thinking if we move into July 2, then it might be a case of having to harvest them with a traditional harvester. So I don't know yet, but we'll just concentrate, like I say, on getting the, it's not barley, it's a wheat field, and the first canola field done. And then after that, we'll have a think what we want to do, whether I keep hold of this overnight into the next month to see if these are ready to be harvested that way, or, you know, not 100% decided, but I think we will get more money out of them 2 fields if we were to do them as whole crop. But we'll get up to the field and we'll just get started harvesting, and I will be baling up the straw on the wheat field. I'll see you there. We'll do the wheat field first. Okay, so we are harvesting our wheat field. The yield isn't fantastic so far. We've only done a little bit, but as you can see in the minimap, the yield is probably edging towards the 100% mark, which is okay. I mean, it could be better, but it could be much worse as well. So I'm going to time lapse getting this field done, and I will see you when we're finished with this one. Okay, so this is coming to the end of the wheat field, just this last little slither to harvest, and I've been having thoughts while I've been doing this. It'd be a crying shame to sell everything off the field. I'm wondering if maybe I could do something about the silo that we have with this farm, maybe sell it and see if we can get an underground one at the other farm. So I'm going to get this opening. We'll have a look at prices first, because if it's massive differences, we should really be looking at saving as much as we can to make as much money out of it as possible, because that was obviously the plan anyway. So let's have a look while this empties and see if there's anything we can actually do. I think that trailer's actually about to be full. Can't hold much more, I don't think. So first of all, we'll check the prices. Yeah, so July and August, as low as it can go. We want to be keeping it till September or January time. December or January time. So really, at the current price, it's just not worth it. We've got to be able to figure something out. So what we do have is, we'll just leave these two here for a minute. That harvest finished. We've got that silo there. We can sell that to replace it with the silo up the far. So let's jump up here. He says find a space that we can actually stand, and then see if there's anything we can do about finding a place to put a silo. It's quite difficult up here. You can hear that it's rained overnight. You can hear it underfoot. So let's have a look at silos. Underfloor storage, 100,000 litres, million litres. Really just depends what sort of size we want. Single fruit, multi-fruit. Something like this would be great. But it's just finding a place for it. Where can we go with it? Guess we could put it at the back near the slurry tank. That's but then this would all be inaccessible. Don't really want to waste some grass field. Shame we can't slot it in there on the drive through. I just feel like that would be awkward to get to every time as well. We have to reverse it in, but I guess we could go there. We don't actually need to access the slurry tank because we do have a pickup point from the other side, so yeah, it's not ideal. Let's hope that's not done a massive mess. Let's go and have a quick look at it, see if it looks okay. Should have probably saved before I did that, because I know it's quite hilly around here. You know what, actually that's not too bad. It could do with a bit of softening on this edge, but open first, there you go. Got some underfloor storage. Right, so I think what we need to do is first off save it there. Yep. And then we'll go and bring this first load of wheat over and see how it goes. So I'll meet you over there. I guess I'll let you watch me reverse in really badly. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, that took a bit of time to turn around. I need to refigure that out. So should be able to just reverse this on here, no problem actually. Then again, this is me, so we'll see. Take your time, you can do it. Oh, look at that. Great. So we have storage for grain. I know it's only 100,000 litres, but we don't really do that much in the way of arable stuff anyway. This whole wheat field's pretty much fit in one trailer, and a canola's not going to be very bulky at all. Fantastic. So that should now show us that we have some storage as well. So let's go here. 17,000 litres. Nice. Excellent. We'll get this back to the other farm. We'll get the rest of the wheat over here, and I will see you in, what, a few seconds. Okay, so we've set a worker off, taking the last 557 litres of wheat to the other farm. So we're going to get straight onto this. I'm going to do a couple of headlands, and then most likely put it on a worker, and hopefully it doesn't fill up the combine too quick, otherwise we will struggle to keep up. But it looks like it's going to be okay. So I'm going to do a couple of headlands, and then I'm going to set this off on a worker while I go and get rid of the rest of the wheat and bring the trailer back. Okay, so the worker is now setting off in the canola field. Hopefully it goes across the big bit rather than the little bit. The case has made it to Fairview, so I really need to figure a better way of turning this round when I get down there. Obviously the milk trailer is a little bit in the way, but that's okay. It needs to be there. It's there for collecting milk. So what I did before was basically just try and really wide line it, but this trailer doesn't really allow for it as such. It's not got a very long drawbar. There's a tree. There you go. It was a little bit easier this time. See, it's not got a long drawbar, it's long enough. That milk trailer must be more forgiving than this. That's okay. I did sell the other silo as well, which brought the money back in for buying this one, so it was essentially a swap. I'll get this emptied. Right. We'll be back with the canola field in a minute. Hopefully we can do some carting, I guess. So I'll jump into a time lapse and I'll see you when we've finished doing the carting for the canola. Alright. That was fairly straightforward. Yielded pretty badly, but still, nearly 11,000 litres out of a field that sort of size for canola. It's not terrible for Farming Simulator. I'm going to leave the combine there for now. I'm going to get this back to the farm, into the silo, and then I think we'll finish up with doing the slurry spreading on at least one of the grass fields from the hay harvest we did. So I'll see you up there. Alright, so that's that parked up. Now we can go and get the Massey with the slurry spreader already full and ready to go. Beautiful. And I think we'll take it round, if we can, this way. This does have rear wheel steer on this trailer, so it does make it a little bit better at going around tight corners. Cool. So we're going to get down there and we're going to spray, I think, the larger of the two with some slurry, because it's going to need a second application from what I can tell. I might be wrong, and then that'd be a bit of a waste of time, but at least we checked. Let's go and get to the gate and find our way in. Also, this patch of land here to the right hand side of us, I am going to buy this, and I'm going to make it another outdoor pasture for cows using the expandable pastures mod, which we will be doing as soon as we've sold the farm, the first farm that we used, which I think will be a nice interesting thing to be doing. Plus it looks pretty good. I have tested it out to see if it works, and it does. I just need to know if animal grazing works on this map as well. It's a long way up this hill. Yep, we can definitely spray some slurry. So let's get that unfolded, and we'll start at this top corner and work our way round. So there we go, and that should be applying now. Yes, it is. Fantastic. Right, so this is the second layer of fertiliser for this grass. I'll get it all sorted out and I'll see you back here in a minute. Alright, so it looks like this has worked out just about perfect for us. I was starting to worry that we didn't have enough slurry there to do this, and we still might have a little patch, but we've got the vast majority of it. What's left? Okay, so we can get that folded up. 271 litres left. It's a shame we don't have enough to do the top field, but we can do that probably next time. Does it look like we could probably fit and get another layer on here as well? How many applications can we actually do? 2 or 3? Wow. We'll see what it says in the other grass field if we ever drive through that and see if that can take another load or not. Otherwise we might need to start looking at getting the fertiliser spreader out and just doing some solid ferton for the last bit. This slurry tanker does need a clean, so we're going to back it in there in just a minute, but we'll have a quick check in this field, see if it says we can put more on. Ooh, we can. Right, I'm going to have to work at them as well, I guess. So I don't think we'll be moving on to July 2 before the next episode anyway. Might have to do a bit of fertilising before we move on. But for now, we're going to get this cleaned, put it back at the trigger point, clean the massey while it's attached to it as well. Alright, that is clean. Right, so I'll reverse this back to the trigger point, and then I think that is all I've got time for. So if you enjoyed the episode, please do like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for more on Fairhead, when we basically continue from this exact point where we are now. Goodbye.